the problem.
I don't know if they can hear me. They can hear me as well. They can't see you, but they can hear you.
No disembodied internet.
Yeah, we're pissing about with technical difficulties.
Wait, sorry, they can hear us now, correct?
Yeah, they can hear
Oh,
us.
yeah, okay. Hi.
We'll be right with you.
Hello. Rob's a penis.
Rob's
sorry.
a penis. A massive,
Big old
massive
penis.
penis.
Well, no, tiny penis, but...
Adequately sized penis.
It's gravy time.
Already started penis jokes.
Yeah.
I think
You're
adequate
penis.
is worse than anything, any other word to describe something.
I don't know, adequate means like,
Adequate.
yeah, I'm happy with it, it's alright, you know.
I'll take adequate.
Yeah, you will.
I can't think of what worse. I'd rather someone say you're terrible than you're adequate.
Really? Jesus.
I'll
You
take
did the
adequate
job.
over terrible.
You did the job.
You did alright.
Sexual athlete. Always come first, never lose.
There it is.
Oh,
yes.
you sound fun.
Usain Bolt thinks so.
I remember the good old days when he just used to turn into a cat every now and then. He tried to get too fancy too quickly.
Pizza!
Oh, we are that,
Pizza. Bye, I love
I have
you.
no idea at this point.
Close the door!
I have a whole like kebab.
I'd like to
plate.
apologise on behalf of the internet.
On behalf of the internet. So you're apologising to us on behalf of them.
No, apologising to them on behalf of you lot.
We are the internet.
We are
Yeah.
the internet.
All your
Nothing,
base are belong to us.
nothing else matters
Fact.
anymore.
We are Borg.
We're so close. So close. Ah, yes.
It's
Resistance
like that
is
episode of the
futile.
IT crowd where they bring in the internet in a box.
That is the internet.
And the fact that no one laughed, and they're like, why is no one laughing? Why is no one
Jen
laughing?
doing with the internet.
The IT crowd is laying dead in a ditch on Mars somewhere on a Thursday night. There they are.
IT story for you. Eddie, can you come over and sort this computer out? Yes, it won't power on. You do know
Plugged it in.
You do know the power lead is not attached to the computer. Oh, we didn't notice that. Right, cool. I've put it back in. It now works. Don't ever ring me again.
This
I
is
may
the
or may not
beautiful
have had that
thing
exact
of,
conversation with the IT people at work.
if they're not on contract, we do call out. So it's beautiful if people go, my computer's not working. We're like, are you sure it needs us to come out before we invoice you? Are you sure? Have you checked all your cables? Have you checked the power? Yes. We go in, yeah, it's just not turned on. Click, that's 250 quid, please.
Right, if any of Rob's customers are listening.
I
Right,
own
I
the
think.
business.
Oh, fuck it, no. Fuck it. We're going with it.
I think we're right.
Today I am Vale.
Right, we're on. We're on.
Wow.
Are we?
I think, anyway, right,
Ah.
Jesus. Let's get this up. 11 people just listen to us. Ugh, Jesus.
I made sure I went for a
Christ.
last wee, and now I need one again.
Right.
I'll wait till 9:30.
Hey.
No, you won't.
Pushing the wrong button for.
Just do it now. Just do it now.
Right, well, welcome to Heavyweight
Right
Gaming. You can
now.
find us on all social media. Just go check Heavyweight Gaming on every bloody social media ever invented. Thank you for our sponsors, which is pretty much everyone in the chat. You've got Loki Battle Mats, which you will get to see shortly when Rob sorts his life out and starts introducing a battle camera again before we go live at chuffing 8:15 instead of 13 different devices just to get his lovely face and voice across. I've got
20
to
past
say,
8.
I've got to say that because he's bald bearded and wears glasses and from the north, so I'm obliged to say he's a hot little toy. So, right, that's the sponsors out there. Everyone loves us. We love you. It's great. Fucking sponsors. Yay. Go check out Patreon. We've got stuff. Give us money. I'll give you an e-magazine. Not just me. There's loads of us, and it's really cool, and it's the best stuff you'll ever read that's 5e related. If Wizards and Course ask, you heard that somewhere else. What else we got? After this, we're going to be raiding Island of Rob because he's doing a 24-hour charity stream because he's a lunatic. But him and a load of the Vikings of Twitch are doing some charity for Extra Life, which is a kiddies charity all over the world. And they do it every single year, and they always raise a lot of money, and they always carry through on their pledges that get given to make them do stupid stuff later on in the year. So we'll be raiding them after. We're playing Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frost Maiden, with a slight twist that Rob the GM's introduced, and he's called it Secrets Worth Dying For. We stream every Friday. You check us out pretty much every night, except Wednesday. And you will find something on this channel and YouTube that we got a YouTube and all that palaver. Anyway, if you throw 200 bits, we get a reroll. Rob don't. We can't use it on him. We can't carry him over. We can only have 5 at one time. Right, it's 20 past. Go, Rob. Go. Go. Oh, we use Syrinscape.
It's got whiplash from an intro. Okay, so yeah, hi everyone, welcome back. Sorry for the delay. We gonna do a quick recap from last week. If you want to catch up, go check us out on YouTube. Last week, the party decided to continue their journey up Calvin's Cairn, following a missing mountaineer named Garrett. They headed up the mountain, being led by his faithful dog, Boy. Survived an avalanche, managed to find Garrett. Gentle Steps caught up with them, seemed a little bit battered and worse for wear. And they were attacked by a pair of feline mountain predators up the side of the mountain. A few of them took a bit of a mauling, but eventually you sorted that out. You stood triumphant and you continued your journey up the mountain. Came across a cave, and after a little bit of exploring, a little bit of a standoff between you and what appeared to be a mother and child Yeti creature, you decided, rather than checking out the things you'd found there, you're going to back off quietly and carefully. Quiet another day. Unfortunately, your ever quiet and subtle paladin decided to run out of the cave.
Don't blame this on the paladin. The warlock set it all off.
And Elkis ran out into the mountain air at the top of the plateau of the mountain, and unfortunately ran into a third member of the family who was returning with
Papa Bear.
it to be a meal in hand. And that is where we will jump straight in. Elkish, you are on pretty much the outside of the cave area where you first found the disturbance which took you into the cave in the first place. Everyone else, you're between 30 and 60 feet in the cave, heading back out. As I understand it, the last people right at the bottom was Lean and Adri.
Yeah.
Gentle Steps.
Gentle
and
Steps
Vale.
had already legged it out.
You guys were nearer the front, so for the sake of this, we'll say Gentle Steps and Vale are 30 feet from the entrance. Lean and Adri, you are 60 feet, just because nice even numbers, and roll initiative.
Yay.
We'll all be dead and we can go for a coffee in 10 minutes.
Some dice would be good, wouldn't it? We need them.
What are we doing? Initiative.
Yes.
Rolling initiative. It is, sir.
Ooh, 300.
You want it in the chat, Rob?
No.
Well, you've got it in there.
Yeah, ditto. Too late.
Put it in the chat all you want. I'm not going to read it.
21.
I think Elkis got a 5.
17.
Yep. It's okay, the Yeti's not seen me.
That's how
The only
initiative
thing that
works.
hasn't
Yeah.
seen you, Elkis, is your dead mother.
Celine, what'd you get?
17.
Wonderful. Gentle Steps.
21.
You can't just make up your initiative, you know.
I just did, and you put it in.
Sounds fake to me.
I rolled a d4 as well.
Guess.
5.
Wrong 5. Fail.
19.
Adri.
12.
You'll be glad to know
The baby yet is
you
going
are
first.
last. Okay, Gentle Steps.
Yeah.
You are 30 feet within this cave. You hear a small goblin yell, followed by a roar far louder than the ones you've heard from the base of the cave. And,
Can I
You're
see out the cave?
roll a perception check. Heads up, Vale, you're on deck.
I've got some
The
new
next.
Tundra dice from Bardic Inspiration, which I like my parchment dice. But, yeah.
They are very nice.
Perception 20, dirty.
Funny, you see a large silhouetted creature against the side of the snow and mountainside,
Elkis?
and you see
Yeah.
Elkis in front of it.
Doing this.
Elkis appeared. This creature seems to be. How tall are you, Elkis? 3
3
foot?
foot.
Yeah, 3.5 foot. Come on.
Yeah, this thing's like 4 times the height of Elkis.
I am
Oh.
You
3
see
foot.
this shadowy figure against the snow and the weather, and you can see Elkis kind of in a situation.
I
you
am
doing?
3'8".
So I can just see the silhouette. I can't actually see the creature.
You can't. You wouldn't be. You can still something's there. You wouldn't be able to
How far's
pick
Elkis
out
from me?
details and things. 30 feet.
And I've got Vale next to me, but Celine and Adri
Yes.
behind me,
Yes,
playing Coochie-Coo with the family. Right,
exactly that.
I'll
The
join. We can't. Ah!
Got him.
I'll
try not to look too smug.
I'll run up to Elkis, 30 feet. So that's my movement. Can I see the Yeti?
You can. You can see. You're familiar with what Yetis look like. You've come into you never fought one,
Father.
but you'll have come into contact with them. You'll know they're pretty horrible. And in fact, roll a nature check for me.
Nature. Oh,
Nature.
my top skill.
Nature.
That's 20.
Boom.
So that's
You are
21.
aware. Okay. You are aware in the past
Might have
with
to check these
Yetis.
dice, you know.
That- They do have an element of a gaze ability where they can
Freeze the balls off me.
Yes, basically.
Right, cool.
And you are aware that in the past, you've warded them away with fires and brush fires and things to keep them encroaching.
Cool. Shit.
You're also aware that a few of your tribe have fallen to them on like trophy hunting missions and trying to raid their dens.
Do I know if they're intelligent? And I don't mean how do you do. You're going to be the next trilogy of Planet of the Yetis, but are they intelligent enough that I, you know?
On a nat 20, you're aware that they don't speak a language as such. They tend to be more intelligent than kind of bears or cats and things, but they're still a feral creature. They're still a wild creature and run on more instinct than intelligent design.
Cool. Sugar. It's either going to scare it into ripping my head off, or keep it at bay. I'll light a torch with my action, or bonus, whatever it is. And I'll hold it, and I'll sort of waft it out, and I'll back at the Yeti. But
Make an intimidation check
Ooh.
with advantage.
Oh,
with the
cool, because
torch.
it's -1.
Goliath.
If you haven't
minus one
noticed-
intimidation.
Yeah, because it's based on charisma, and Gentle Steps is not a charismatic chap.
You'll be glad to know Yeti's charisma is not exactly sky high either.
Cool, that's a 13 after the
I
minus
got an
one.
18.
Yeah. With advantage.
Fortunately, you wave it, and there's a bit of a standoff. It looks uncertain as you light this torch, and then as you let out the best growl you can, doesn't seem too impressed.
Cool. Is that me done, or have I got stuff left?
It is.
That didn't answer my
Fail.
question, but move on.
What did you say, sorry?
Is that me done, or have I got stuff left? It is, yeah, that'll do. Just
No,
move on!
yeah.
Move on, Rob. We've already wasted 29 minutes.
We've already gone. We're already gone. Vale, you're up.
So I'm 30 feet behind.
You've just seen Gentle Steps
Gentle
take
Steps,
off
yeah.
up there, and you've seen a little bit of light ignite, and you've heard Gentle Steps shouting at something.
Can I see the same silhouette that he could see?
And you've got dark vision, haven't you?
Yes.
Yeah, you can more or less see the outline of a Yeti.
Cool. I will advance 20 feet, so I'm just behind the goblin and the Goliath, and I will ready an action and hold my action. If the Yeti goes to attack any of the party, I will shoot it with my longbow.
You're holding action
I'm holding
for if the Yeti makes an offensive action, you're going to fire.
Yeah, if they don't manage to scare it off, I will, and we end up fighting it, I will join in.
Okay.
So I'm just pointing my bow at it at the moment.
Right. Anything else?
No, that's me.
Lean. You are at the base of the cave. You have seen this mother Yeti with this infant kind of have this standoff with Adri, and you two have just started backing off, and you've heard the roar from up top.
How far away
There
am I
is
from
still a Yeti in front of you that seems to be posturing up, but doesn't seem to be making any aggressive action towards you.
So remember, we were just slowly advancing away from her last time. How far away am I from Vale?
30 feet.
30 feet. Okay, now new question. Should I need to heal myself? So can I use my action surge now? Before I move, or?
What an action surge does, it allows you to make additional combat action. So yeah, you can move, you can do it.
Or
in
actually,
whatever order you
my
want.
second wind is my healing.
Yes.
So I can use that, right? 1d10 plus 2 HP.
Okay.
Can I do that now before I move?
Yep.
Cool. Alright.
You can do your move, your action, your bonus in whichever order you want.
Yep.
Or even do a little bit of movement, actions, bonuses, then the rest of your movement.
Okay, so I got 6 healing. Good. So I'm back up to max. And I will move up to where Vale is alongside her. And I will ready my bow as well, my crossbow. But won't shoot unless severely provoked.
You're kind of mirroring Vale in the ready in the action thing.
And that's it.
Okay. You'll be glad to know it's the creature.
We have a reroll, apparently.
You have a reroll. So, as you roar at this creature, Mr. Gentle Steps, it glares back and you see its eyes ignite in this like cold blue glow. Can you make me a Constitution saving throw, please?
Oh no. 20, dirty.
Okay.
A rogue with Constitution 16.
You're not immune to cold, you're resistant, aren't you?
Yeah. So half damage.
I know, it's Okay, now you stare into this and
Die.
it is not to take hold. You kind of stare it down and you're resistant, Jeff. You don't succumb to any effect.
Okay.
Audrey.
I am going to follow suit with Vale and Celine, and I'm going to ready Eldritch Blast. I'm also going to try and go to rejoin the group.
You move 30 feet up to Vale and Celine.
Indeed.
That would have been classed as an aggressive action, I guess. So if Celine and Vale, you want to let loose,
Pew pew.
or whichever order you want. If you both want to roll your to hits.
Yep.
13.
Hits. Roll damage.
Oh.
Are you shooting daddy?
Mhm. Oh shit! Come on.
So
8 damage.
8.
Piercing.
Okay. The bowlet's fire sails over Gentle Steps, and you see an arrow embed into the torso of the creature. It lets out a yell, and it kind of puts its hands to its chest and kind of snaps off the wooden shaft sticking out of its chest. And Celine,
Yep. Got a 15.
15 hits. Roll damage.
Okay. For crossbow, what is it? So it's a 7, 8, 9.
9 points. Okay, so and again, second bolt flies over, slabs into this thing. 9 from the other, wasn't it? Okay, again, with one big furry clawed fist, it just kind of snaps the 2 bolts sticking off from it and lets out a pained yell. Audrey, you have moved up 30 feet to Celine and Vale.
I had readied my Eldritch Blast to, again, if the Yeti had made an aggressive action.
Made the aggressive action before your turn.
That's why I'm gonna now say, shit, and Eldritch Blast.
Rich blast. Let it go.
Yeah, boy.
15.
It's once again, Audrey's power manifests as she lets loose that blue spiral of energy up over into the creature.
And that is an 8.
So we've longboard, crossboard, and Eldritch Blast, Daddy Bear.
Yes.
Yep, for an 8, 8, and a 9. Woo!
Okay. Elkis.
How far away is
Have
Daddy?
just- It's within 10-15 feet of you.
Amazing.
I would like to charge Daddy, then dash around the side of him and take him from behind.
That's a gift waiting to happen. Roll to hit.
I'm getting the flanking on. That would
You're not
be
going to get the flank
a-
because Gentle Steps isn't in melee.
I know I'm not getting the flank. I'm setting up the flank. That would be a 14.
Hits.
Ooh, cool. This is
Dash under, and you kind of see him look under, and not trying to look where this little creature's scurrying around.
Yep, this is a two-handed Warhammer strike. My shield is still on my back at this point.
Hammer goes out, and you basically smashed him in the ankles with this thing.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Delete. That would be 4.
Strong 4 points of damage there. Good job.
Yeah. Can I bonus action hide?
Where are you going to hide?
In the snow.
Gonna
Roll a
drop.
stealth check.
No. the Yeti that lives
I'm a
in
Yeti.
the snow is going to be like, what are you doing in there, dude?
What did you say?
What you doing there, buddy? Need some help? Pluck
11.
him out.
Okay.
11. I'm invisible.
Once more, Gentle Steps, you see Elkis duck into the snow. What's your passive perception?
Passive? Like
Yeah.
42 or something? Or 12?
Yeah, you see Elkis jump into the snow and clear as day. You're not convinced, but he seems happy that he's hidden.
I'm just staring at him. Like I'm just staring at him.
At him.
Like, better why?
Steps.
Is it my
You
turn?
see Elkis duck in, smash this thing, and dive into the snow. You're up.
I'm still in melee.
And there's a crossbow ball.
You are not flanking if you're hiding in the snow.
I'm crouching.
I'm still in melee. I'm still
As
in.
far as you're concerned, he doesn't know where you are. You're not threatening him.
But if it helps you, Elkis, you only need to be within 5 feet for me to get a sneak attack.
There you go.
And it,
I am within. I am
we-
within 5 feet.
So no one cares we're killing paps. All right.
Looks like it.
I run in and sneak attack the Yeti baby. No, I run up to Dad and fuck's sake, I'll attack him.
Okay, roll to hit.
No advantage.
Using
I've
Sylvester or whatever his name
got
is.
Sebastian, and
Sorry,
no, I'm
mistake.
using my tomahawk and Bowie knife. So Bowie
Sebastian
knife,
stays away. Pull
Bowie
out the other
knife.
two.
I don't get advantage because he's hiding. Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
Oh, yeah. You're an idiot. Oh,
I would say I'm going to rule that the flanking bonus is only if there's
Very.
another threat.
I hate you.
And you do.
I hope Elkis. Not you, Elkis.
Okay.
What is that? +5. 15.
It's
Fine.
Right, so.
Go
What,
for
we're level 2, aren't we? I don't
You
get.
are.
I don't get an extra dance. 10 points of piercing with the short sword, with the Bowie knife.
Hey, you're pretty tall, so you kind of can get into the mid-range and you kind of come around with a hook and sink your blade into its flank, into its side somewhere.
And then I'll use my bonus action to stab with the to hit with my tomahawk.
Yep, dual wield them. Ult hit.
But I don't get proficiency because I'm not a 2-weapon fighter. So that's only plus 2, 16.
Hits.
No sneak
Bowie
attack.
knife.
So that's another 4 points of slashing.
Pull out the Bowie knife. It's kind of, you get that hot spray of crimson across you, and it's hot against the snow, and it's a bit of a sickly, like your mouth kind of catches a little bit.
And tomahawk.
Hot spring.
That's it. So that's yeah.
Okay, Vale, you watch gentle steps start sending out blows into this creature, and you hear the roars and pain yelps coming back down, echoing into the cavern. What are you doing?
Do the right, Daddy.
Am I right in remembering from last time when I did a nature check that Yetis are like a family? They live in family groups. Is that right?
Yes.
So and they're rare. Is that right? You don't see baby ones very often. They're not.
It's the first infant of its species that you've ever come across personally, and you've never heard of anyone else seeing one or reporting or so on.
Okay, and finally, how many, if I was to speak and try and address the others in my turn and sort of shout to them, how much would I be able to say? How many sort of
6
words?
seconds worth.
Well, okay.
Quick, do the thing on the
Yeah, blah, 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 blah. I'm gonna say they live in family groups. Try and let it just go into the cave, and then skirt round the outside of it with my movement. So I'm trying to get the other side of it where Elkis has gone.
Okay, so you'd be able to make it. You'd be able to make
I'm
it
sort
out
of
onto
taking
the
a
snow
wide berth.
outside. You'd probably you wouldn't be able to get to Elkis or to Gentle, but you'd be able to get within 10-15 feet of them.
That's fine. Just whatever. I don't need to be near them. I'm just trying to get out of its way, but still sort of skirt round it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And sort of gesture to the others to follow me with my head.
that
And
goes.
then I'm not going. If it, I want to hold my action, but I don't
Pop the
want to
trigger.
attack it anymore.
What action are you holding?
I will hold a longbow shot if it starts. Actually, no, I'm not going to attack it. I won't hold any action.
Okay.
That's me.
Celine, you see gentle steps start sinking knives and kind of going toe to toe with this thing. Elkis is obviously hiding in the snow that you can see her plain as day. And you see Vale kind of sidestep to the side and not for the arrow.
Vale read my mind. I was gonna ask that next as well. I don't want to hurt the creature anymore. What kind of like things? So I'm gonna follow her, and so the creature doesn't think that we're actually flanking from all sides. I'm just gonna go to her and crouch down, and I won't ready an attack. I'll just stay as like small as I can.
Okay. That you done?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's now the creature's turn. After it's just been shot twice, Eldritch Blast, stabbed in the foot, and then stabbed by this Goliath in front of him. It's looking over behind itself. It's gonna swing out twice with its claws towards the Goliath that has just stabbed it twice. And I need Elkis to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh dear. You're a paladin, motherfucker. Don't die.
Saving throw.
Yes, please.
16.
Okay. You feel for a second this kind of blast of cold energy hit you, but doesn't seem to take hold, and you are fairly sure it can see you.
Why are his farts cold?
Gentle steps. He's going to make 2 claw attacks against you.
Yeah, he is.
The 9,
That's a miss. With my deathly ninjaness.
the 22.
That's that's my armor class.
Okay.
Plus 8.
You take. Oh, you jammy bastard. Just roll a 1 on a d6. You take 5 points of slashing damage.
God.
plus, oops, no. And 5 points of cold damage.
Reduced to 2.
Yes, reduced to 2 with your cold resistance.
Oh, yeah!
Are you conscious?
I am, yeah. If he hits me again, I'm not.
Okay, in this, you see a kind of a look of ferocity and like feralness in its eyes, and his blood starts to pour down its flank. He's looking not well. He's looking angry. Audrey.
I follow suit of Vale, and I just move away in a as much of a non-threatening manner as possible, considering that I just Eldritch Blast him, you know, as you do. But I want to like basically dash sort of thing to just get away and out.
You get out of the cave comfortably, and
yeah, cool. And I'll hold an action
okay.
of another Eldritch Blast, I guess. If he then comes at me.
So you're holding an Eldritch Blast on the trigger, or is that if an attack is made against you?
Yes.
Okay. Would you like to do anything else in your turn?
I'm pretty sure that's
You can't
actually
if you
all
hold
I.
Oh, you've dashed.
Wait.
Yeah. Dash is your action.
Yeah. Okay. No. Yeah. No, I'm good. Yeah. Carry on.
Okay. Face down in the snow as you brush off the effect. Elkis.
What's everyone doing? He's attacking us. I'm gonna
it
try.
wasn't.
Don't worry, AD, your
it's up to
savior
you.
is a 3-foot goblin paladin.
I'm gonna try and
Nothing
kneecap him
misses.
from. I'm gonna kneecap him from behind.
You get
Okay,
advantage.
swing the hammer.
You get advantage.
You do get advantage.
Yes. That would be a nat 20. Two-handed warhammer, nat 20. Yes.
What is it with you? You've swung that thing 3 times and crit 3 times with it.
I've swung it 4 times.
And critted 4 times.
Don't
That
ever
would
put your
be-
shield back on. Just forget about it.
Give it to
just
me.
crit with hammers.
Give it to me.
Well, if I hadn't have been nice and healed genital steps, that would have been a divine smite as well. But that would be a 14
How did you heal me?
plus 2. I did heal you last session. 14 plus 2 is
Ah, yeah,
16
I
damage.
don't care about last session. I need it now. I need it.
Unfortunately, it's still the same spell slots from last
16 damage.
16. Okay. How do you want to finish this off?
Have I killed him?
You killed it. You swing out, back of the leg. You see the side of the knee just buckle inwards and it drops down to one knee.
Yeah, I want to tuck his knee out, and as he buckles down, bring it back on the backhand of swing.
And you, under the jaw, you catch it on the bottom and you just hear this sickening sound of teeth and tusks just kind of cracking and breaking as the jaw slams shut. You just see fragments of bone and teeth as its head snaps back. It falls back into the snow.
That's saying I'm a monster. Um,
And as the roar, its final dying breath echoes out across the mountain, you
What does
hear
Mama
kind of
bear?
a somber growl and roar from deep within the cave behind you.
is he dead?
That's pretty dead.
Can I bring him back with lay on hands?
No.
But we can
you
do that
killed it.
again.
It's dead. Not unconscious.
I'm gonna look very guilty and just back away slowly.
Get back away slowly. You're out of initiative round.
We're alive, guys.
Where is everyone?
Everyone with the exception... No, everyone is now... you and Elkis are either side of this creature. Various bodily fluids and Yeti blood all over you. And the other 3 are kind of weapons at their sides, just kind of scattered around the area, just seemingly watching.
I am gonna say, let's go before Mommy comes out to come and take vengeance.
It's okay. She's heartbroken. I'm sure we'll be fine.
Definitely fine. Yeah, fine.
She doesn't really know what's happened yet. Let's just go.
I'm pretty sure she has ears.
Did you not hear that?
She literally cried out when she heard his dying breath. I think we really need to flee.
You monster.
Shut up, conscience.
Yeah, we need to go.
Yeah. Which way? Let's go.
Up the hill.
I don't know.
Yeah. Up that path that we were going before we went into the cave and met Yeti Mum.
Name was Brian. He had a kid and his wife.
Don't.
Had a
Just,
kid.
3 weeks from retirement.
It's alright, Mel Gibson
He's
is
a
alright.
serviceman. He's a war hero.
He's a dead war hero. Let's go.
He died in battle. He is going to Valhalla.
Yeti Valhalla.
Look, they'll get his attention, they'll be fine.
Also known as Mr. Whippies. Right, let's go up here. We need to leave.
Yep, we're
How's
going.
Mummy Yeti
Before we
gonna
kill.
cope? She can't hunt with a baby.
Why?
Too hard.
Too old?
Hopefully
Too
she'll
hard.
eat Daddy Yeti because food is scarce, so she's gonna have to.
Sawdust and Swearwords wants to take the reroll away from you based on your cruel murder.
We killed the dead feline cat and mountain cats. Mummy and baby can eat them. When they've eaten them, they can eat Daddy. All's good. They've got monster food. Let's go.
Yeah, we just need to go at this point. Like,
I'll start marching
Gotcha.
away.
Yep.
I follow.
Somberly just follow and shake my head.
Yeah.
As you kind of wiping off Yeti skull fragments from your hammer and you head up the mountain, you continue up. Weather is cold. You're approaching kind of a plateau that is, you know, of Vale. It's not the peak by any stretch, but it's kind of, you know, this is kind of where the more casual climbers will stop and enjoy the views under better weather conditions before heading back down. You come to the edge of a crevasse that kind of scoops down into a little, almost like a basin. You can see a collapsed tent near the buried half in snow near the precipice, and jutting out of a nearby snowbank, you can see a pair of dark blue, what appears to be leather boots. Next to that, you can see what appears to be a hooded figure, kind of sat down, holding their knees, their back to you, and you can see a set of two curled horns arching back over their head.
Do they look like tiefling horns by any chance?
Make a perception check.
You there?
It's never yet.
Hello, are you a tiefling?
You a frosty goat in the background.
21. 17 plus 4, not an at 20.
Yeah, it's consistent in size of a humanoid with horns. It's the only thing you'd make a good assumption it was a tiefling. You can't identify the creature in the snow because all you can see are the shoes.
Yeah. So just I think this is the other half of the party that we met, well, that we saw in the cave.
Most definitely. How many tieflings you see flying around about here on their own?
No one, because tieflings don't tend to fly.
Touché.
Why not?
Okay.
Why don't tieflings fly?
Man.
Why don't tieflings fly?
They have wings?
Some do.
Are we debating this now?
I don't know. It's just...
Excuse me, do you fly?
I already shouted
Sanka,
you.
you're
I
dead
already
man.
shouted you there, and they never said, "Oh,
You don't get a response back when you shout at them.
kiss my lucky egg."
Has anyone got a stick or poke it?
How
I
far?
have a
How,
ham-
how
I
far
have a
away am I,
hammer.
Rob? Sorry.
You're at the top of this kind of ravine going down maybe 10 feet down into this basin area with this snowdrift and this partly destroyed camp.
And the tieflings
you
sat
probably-
with their back to us, and then there's feet sticking out of the snow.
Yes.
I'll climb down.
Yeah, I'll follow.
then? You all either stay up top or make your way down.
I'll stay at top for a minute. I don't trust my climbing.
Okay.
I'll climb down. I don't trust Elkis.
I'll climb down. I don't trust gentle steps.
Those of you remaining at the top, can you make a perception check for me?
Yes.
That would be
19.
19-2.
21 or 19-2?
19 as well.
As well. Okay. Good to know.
7 for me.
Good to know.
Like, that's not ominous.
Gentle steps and Audrey and whoever else has climbed down.
Did Adric round up?
No, it was me and
No.
gentle steps, wasn't it?
It was me
Oh,
and
sorry.
Vale. It was Gentle and Vale.
Gentle and Vale, you're in this little basin area. You can see this reasonably nice canvas tent that has seen better days. One of the wooden poles is snapped and the canvas is kind of weather torn and it's flapping against the wind and half buried by snowdrift.
Are they moving, the tiefling? Or are they just sat rock solid?
They
As
are
in still.
they're sat still.
I throw my great axe, Jesus. I throw my hand axe out. To
At
aim,
them.
aiming to hit him with the handle, not the blade.
Roll to hit.
18.
Okay, roll damage. D4. Dex.
4.
Okay, you watch as gentle steps kind of angles and it hits the back of this creature and the kneel figure just seems to tip over, foot into the snow.
I'll sort that out. I'll go over.
And
Grab
other than
it. Grab
a
it.
crack in the back of the skull and one of the horns damaged, it does appear that the tiefling has perished through the elements and appears to be frozen.
Grab the feet and pull them out.
As you make a strength check,
18.
okay, you grab hold, pull, and as a body shorter than you expected comes out of the snowdrift, you see what appears to be dwarven made leather armor, and some mining equipment on the belt, and the body ends at the neck.
Just lay that on the floor.
That would go with the heads that we found. Maybe he lost. Is saying the body ends at the neck, as in he's got no head. We found heads in the cave, didn't we? Mounted.
God
Maybe his
forbid,
was
I'm
one
trying
of
to be
them.
more narrative about it than, yep, his head's missing.
Just wanted to check.
Wait,
It's one of them people.
Gravy time.
It's one of them people with really big traps.
Thank you
I
for the
was like,
follow.
This is the
Song of
this is the
427.
immersion we're trying to build, and
if you think about it, most bodies do end at the neck. But maybe that's semantics.
No, torsos, not bodies. Totally different.
The body.
Just
When
wanted
we on
to check.
DM?
When you say his head missing,
Thank you very
I mean
much
he's
for the
got no
follow.
head.
He's got no head. Alright, is what we're saying.
We need 5 more followers to hit 500 people, so make some dummy accounts. Or bring in more people.
I'm just going to point out that there was a cave full of heads. His is probably in there because he's not got one.
Do we care about the head, Bill?
No, I'm just trying to make everyone aware that there might be that connection because we still haven't solved why there were heads on sticks in that cave.
I thought the
Well, on
Yetis put them
sticks.
there.
There
Oh,
were
why there were
shells.
heads
Could be-
collected in that cave.
Did the Yetis not just put them there?
No, that wasn't the Yetis.
How do you know?
Because I'm pretty sure. I
You lot are up
checked
there.
that last
Stop
time.
interrupting, Elkis.
I'm
When I,
shouting down. How do you know?
When I when I
Avalanche.
searched my brain for all the information that I knew about Yetis last time, well, when we were in there, nothing came back to me about Yetis collecting heads. So
As a point of clarification, there was no information saying they didn't collect heads either.
cheers.
How many Yeti babies have you seen?
One. We just
Ju-
killed its dad.
Exactly. So you don't know everything about Yetis, so maybe they did put the heads there. Oh, that's right. In your face, logic. I've got logic. engraved onto the side of Sebastian's blade.
I applied logic to every problem.
Do we like why? This is stupid. We need to go back down the mountain now. Why are we up here, Bill? I'll follow you, but I don't know why we're up here.
Can I investigate the body to see if whether the head was ripped off by a yeti or if tools were used to cut it off, please?
Okay. You'd like to make a investigation check?
I'll lean in over Vale's shoulder and be like, "What are you looking at?" and assist her.
And roll that with advantage.
First one was a nat 1, so thank you for the advantage.
Oh God!
The second one was a 3, which makes that 5.
Yeah, there's 2 bodies there.
Nice.
And 3 heads.
One of them appears to be a tiefling. One of them appears to be a dwarf.
So, well, let's search them, and I'll search them.
Make a
Investigation. Oh no, that a rogue would be shit at investigation. 15.
I could give you advantage on that. I'll help.
Too late. He's already rolled.
Oh.
You have been given another reroll, I believe.
We have
by
indeed.
Ruffworx.
15 on the tiefling.
Okay. On the tiefling, you kind of have to use the back end of the tomahawk a little bit and kind of chip away at the hands, and kind of you hear like the arm dislocate as you pull it out the way so you can get into the pockets. And there's a few snapping sounds as you lay the body out. You do find a glass vial. Seems quite a thick-walled, square vial, and in it appears this very pale blue, silvery fluid.
Have I got any clue?
You are Arcana proficient.
Arcana proficient? No.
Then
Cool. I give it to Vale. Yeah.
you
Well,
make an Arcana check. Why not?
4.
You have no idea what it is.
I give it to Vale.
Vale, you have a vial of pale blue, silvery fluid.
Nice.
With
Also,
go on.
Gentle Steps, you also find a leather-bound book that is clasped shut at the moment.
I give it to Vale.
Vale, you have a leather-bound book.
Seeing how snappy, dislocated it was to search that one, the missing head chapette, I will ask for Vale's aid in tearing through this one's frozen pockets.
Make a final investigation check.
Is this with advantage? With Vale or not?
I'm
Yes, this is an
proficient.
advantage if Vale's helping.
Can you just have a look at the head while you're there?
It's not there. 20.
Oh, fuck.
And again, you kind of have to snap the body into position.
Just
Built
hold his
again.
arm. Hold his arm, Vale.
Right.
As Vale, you feel the arm give in your hand, and the elbow separates. You find an empty wineskin. You find
What, in his
a
arm?
half
Jesus.
well, in his pockets as you go through his pockets,
Off his
his
sleeve.
belts and his pack.
I feel we broke a lot of limbs for no reason. Just and then gone. Oh, he's got pockets.
Or to get access to it, to be able to get the
Yeah,
backpack
it's
off
fine.
him, you had to like snap his
I'm
limbs
just
and
being a
things.
twat.
I know you are.
Oh no.
You find an empty wineskin, a half-eaten block of frozen cheese, and a mining pick.
Do you want some cheese, Vale?
No.
No, I don't.
I want to know how his head was removed, personally.
Well, I had a look with you and I ain't got a clue either.
No. Bet it wasn't by a yeti though.
Why? I'm pretty sure I could rip someone's head off. Yeah, he's
I don't
no
want
issue.
to see you try ever.
Oh, I didn't. All right, noted.
You may or may not have tried. That is entirely to your own backstory.
Please
Who
never
am I
do
to
that.
judge?
I reckon a yeti could just rip one off. We.
I reckon it could too, but don't worry. Don't worry.
Depending on how strong them yetis are. Alkis, And I'll talk at a volume that's not a shout. No stupid avalanche, man. You reckon? You reckon you could rip someone's head off with your bare hands?
Not with my bare hands.
With his bare hands.
How about
I
gloves?
reckon I could knock.
Well,
I could knock one off.
That's not what I asked you, pervert. Right, let's climb back up, Bill.
Okay.
When I said rip your head off, that's not what. Never mind.
Did we look around the camp, or did we just look at the bodies? Because there's a tent there.
My nails are pretty sharp.
You want to look in the
Can
tent?
Can I have a rummage in the tent?
I will. I've obviously retrieved my throwing axe, and I will ready it in case someone attacks Vale from the axe. From the tent.
From the tent.
Rumage.
Am I right to look at the tent, Rob?
Yeah, have a look if you'd like. It's not a lot left of it. It's very much the canvas and a couple of snap poles and the remains of a ruined tent.
If I like sort of
Nothing
look
particularly
inside
salvageable from it. It looks like it's been left to the elements and it's seen its best days.
And Monday at download.
Are we back up?
Basically, yeah.
yeah, there's nothing here.
I'll climb back up with Vale.
Mm.
Assuming we can. He's still with us, Rob? Or are we just ad-libbing the rest?
I broke. Say again.
I said, are you still
I was checking
with us?
my battery on my audio.
We're climbing back. Me and Vale are climbing back up.
Okay. Yep. You make your way up the ramp.
I've got cheese and a pick and a wine skin. I'm looking at Audrey.
I've got a vial of blue liquid and a book.
I'll take the book, the cheese,
gravy
the
time.
wine, and the vial of blue
You can
stuff.
try. No, I will hand the stuff over because I've not got a clue.
Like, we need to test that wine, you know? We really just need to test that wine.
An
Me and Celine will be
empty
over here
wine
testing
skin,
this
I will
wine.
point out.
I give Celine the empty wine skin.
Damn.
And watch as Celine rings out the last. Just
Can you
turns.
tell what this
Just
what
one
this
solo drop.
vial is, Adri?
Squeeze
Thank
it
you
out.
for the subscription, really.
Woo!
That's okay. I thought I'd better do it.
3 days away.
I would like to investigate the blue liquid and the book, please.
Are you Arcana proficient?
I am.
Make an Arcana check.
At least I hope I am, being a warlock.
That's not how that works, but okay.
I know, but I am proficient. And that is a
Warlock
19.
being, by definition, they get their powers from otherworldly entities.
19.
Roll. 19. Okay.
Yes.
You kind of hold it up and you kind of shake it and slosh it about a bit and see what you make of it.
It's liquid.
You're not 100% convinced what it is. You are pretty familiar with kind of herbal medicines and herbal potions and things that are made from natural ingredients and things. You've not really got any experience with proper like
Unnatural.
arcane magical like
Okay.
enchanted stuff, so you're not quite sure what it is. The book, however, you identify as a spell book,
Yay!
and you you would be able to get a list of the spells in it, if that's any of relevance to you whatsoever.
It probably could be. If I could hear you, that'd be great.
What spells are in it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, the spells that are in it. You have Alter Self, Cloud of Daggers, Comprehend Languages, Scorching Ray, Shield, and Tensor's Floating Disc.
Okay, I will get that list off of you after the session.
You, from your magical knowledge, someone of a wizard or a sorceress nature may be more interested. You get your powers and your spells from supernatural sources, so
But could I at least
you
learn
imagine
from
to the
them
right person
not to be
could be
able?
worth some money.
Can I still learn from them? Not be able to perform them per se, but at least then actively know of them.
You could memorize the book, but you wouldn't be able to utilize them.
That is fine. I'll shove the book into my bag. Same with the blue liquid to keep it safe. So the book is a spell book. It's of no use to me, like spell wise, but it's always good to have on hand. You never know who we might be able to barter with it for, if that makes sense. The blue liquid definitely isn't natural, but I can't quite pinpoint what it could be.
A
If you keep
Yeti
hold of the
sample.
spell book, it might give us a clue as to who they are. Maybe if we want to find that out when we get back down, find out who the owner is.
Well,
Are we still missing a Goliath?
I'm right here. And we found the
stealth
Goliath.
out of nowhere.
That's how you hide, Hocus. We found the Goliath.
I found the Goliath.
In
We
the-
found
Goliath was in the cave.
In the cave, yes.
The Goliath's head was in the cave, wasn't it? I felt the...
And
it
its
was a
body.
half-
And its body.
with its weapons and stuff. Yeah.
The halfling
He was in there
trapped
as we
in the
went in.
corner.
Yeah, the halfling was
Oh.
between us and the mother and baby, and then we've just found
Do we
what we assume is a dwarf and a tiefling.
want to go back and get the cart and the halfling?
I'm curious as to what they were going up the mountain for, but
I
it
would
seemed a
much
bit
rather not go back there right
If
now.
they were looking for relics, but there's no way around here to look for relics. Vale?
They were looking, I think, for a lost city.
Surely. We didn't see any of the lost city, did we?
Well, we're not there yet. They obviously didn't make it, but there is further to go.
Do we want to go to a lost city?
The lost
mean-
city could help us solve a lot of answers.
Could it? How?
Cult stuff.
If in doubt, Cole did it.
Everything's very culty.
I want to know about these heads.
Everything's very culty.
So do I.
the heads
I
were
want-
just Yeti decorations.
I'm not dropping it.
I can't really believe the fact that Yeti really care about interior design. I'm gonna
I-
say cult stuff.
They care more about having
Gravy
dads.
time.
Elkis.
I am Piperi most. Ayo. Piperi mostly sane has followed. Thank you very much.
Oh, you mean
If-
Piper Ray, mostly sane?
Is it Piper Ray? Pipper.
Piper Ray.
He's northern, bless him. Don't bully him.
That's not.
There was only one P.
They still teach you to read in the north.
That's what I
don't
said. Pipper.
Barely.
They try.
Yeah, we just have like hieroglyphics and stuff. It's like little gravy boats and pies. So Vale, Adri, do you want to go kill cult stuff in a hidden city?
Cult stuff.
they? Cult stuff. I mean, we need to have a rest first. That plateau. Well, this plateau where we are is generally where we
I could do
stop
with a
with
platter. I'm hungry.
people we take up the mountain to let them sort of take in the view. It's kind of like the first peak, as it were. So it might be a good place to have a little rest if we feel like it.
Yeah,
Because
because
now,
gentle
we're not
steps.
on a clock anymore. We found the people that we have to come up to
It's-
find.
Yeah.
Probably starting to go from that kind of twilight towards night proper. So you would probably estimate the town is mid to late afternoon.
Gentle
The
steps. You're not
equivalent of
looking
like
too
5,
great.
6 p.m.
I'm thinking that there are a few of our party. I look at Celine and Gentle Steps because I know for definite that they're not feeling great. And I say we have a short rest at the very least.
I managed to heal myself fully.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I did manage.
Oh,
to.
yeah. Sorry, you second wind.
Yeah.
In that case, I just look at Gentle Steps and go, "You don't look great."
Gentle steps, looks. He beat up.
I'm fine.
How far are we
Claw
from
rake
town?
marks across him.
How far are we from town?
You're
About
looking
2
at a
days,
few hours
3
back down the
days.
mountain.
It's down
We're
there.
about
I slept
About an
overnight.
from the base of the mountain to Kirkonig is about an hour.
So why did I stay out overnight?
You
Because
came
from Kirkirk.
Cross country.
across
Oh,
Yeah.
country.
We're miles away.
It's the closest little town where we sent that guy scurrying off to.
From
Kirkkonig
Targus,
for you.
where you set off from, you're like a day and a half. Like it's.
No, not Targus, Caer Konig. The question
Konig.
is,
Go there, though.
I'll look at the group and ask them, do we just take an hour or stroll back down into town real quick, just to ask some more questions and get our heads together, literally, yeah, keep our heads on, and, you know, stay at a safe place and carry back on in the morning, or do we risk staying out here and see if anything pops up in the middle of the night? That might be interesting.
I mean, like an vengeful mother. I'll sleep wherever you want to sleep.
To be fair, being warm would be nice.
We came up here and we carried on because, was it Garrett or what was his name? Garrett asked us to find
Eric
the
didn't
people.
feel comfortable leaving the adventuring party devices.
Did
and
anyway.
didn't want to leave them on their own.
Yeah, so we came up to find them. We found them.
Yeah.
They're all dead. How many
go
were in
back.
the adventuring party?
You were told about 3: a halfling magic wielder, a tiefling, and a Goliath.
Okay, so there's this dwarf as well that's chipped up. Maybe they're removing the heads.
What, the dwarves?
No, the people that he had with them, the tiefling. Because this dwarf
I
wasn't with Garrett
I think
when he brought them up.
They took off their own heads?
as this has been said, I'm walking towards Caer Konig or whatever it was.
Yep, I'll
You
follow
wanted-
general steps.
I'm taking Celine's advice and I'm heading towards town. Obviously, 30 feet in front of people.
We
You have
searched
to
the
make-
dwarf already, right?
Yeah, they searched everyone.
What kind of dwarf was it?
A short one.
Clearly.
A dwarf with no head.
It
What did
was
it have,
short.
It had a pick. Was it a pick? A mining pick or something?
Yeah, there's a mining pick.
Mm.
Anything that does the mining pick look interesting or something? Can we take something with us that we might be able to give somebody in town and ask them, like, you know, how
It's
do you,
here.
like, carry this kind of stuff?
I show the mining pick. Does it look
Okay.
interesting?
I don't know.
What
DM,
would
does
take
it look
that?
interesting? Rob?
Maybe
What-
somebody in town might know the dwarves, or maybe they're the
Does-
more nefarious mountainous dwarves. Maybe not.
Does the mountain
Yeah,
pick
battle.
look interesting?
Make
Not
a
to me.
I'm asking
investigation
Rob.
check.
I'm asking Rob.
Okay.
Definitely loaded. 20. Not natural.
It's consistent with mining picks used in gem mining and mining in the mountains nearby.
Just looks like a mining pick to me, Celine.
Similar to the ones the dwarves that you spoke to 2 days ago.
I'm gonna say we met some dwarves that we got a
Similar
cart for, and they were
source.
miners. Yeah.
Like tool purpose rather than weapon.
Why don't we take their heads?
Why?
There aren't any.
See if people recognise them.
Not only that, but walking into town with some decapitated heads isn't really going to win us friends and
No.
influence people.
I never thought I'd hear that coming from you, Adri. I thought that was how you made friends.
She just feeds them rations.
I just don't have friends.
Tries to scare them and then
This will just
Okay.
make it
kills their
worse.
fathers.
So,
I'm not keen on spending a night in a cell, guys, for falsely being accused of murder, decapitation, all the fun stuff.
so
let's
back
just
to
look
town
at-
minus heads. Okay.
Back to town, tell Garrett that they're dead. Maybe try and find out a bit about who they are, and mention this extra dwarf.
Selena's
Bonus
just gonna
dwarf.
mark their locations on a little whatever she has on her little piece of paper.
GPS.
Just gonna mark where along the way these things are.
Drop
in
a
case-
pinpoint on her iPhone.
clink, clink.
Elves,
If anybody wants to go
they
look
have
for
all
them,
the tech.
they're here.
What is the plan?
We're heading to town.
We're
The
going
town.
back to town. Without the heads.
Okay.
So making
Okay,
your way
funny.
back down the mountain.
Yes.
You're heading
Keeping
back
an eye
where you
out
came?
for the mother.
What's the marching order?
I'll be at the front.
I'll be with General Steps.
I'll be in the middle.
I'll be in the back.
Somewhere in there, near the back.
Elkis is definitely there.
I'm just helping. I'm just happy to be here.
Well, he's just trotting in front of me. I'm just watching that he's okay.
Hi, I'm your friend.
Making sure he doesn't kill any more Yetis on his way down.
Okay. You head down the mountain. You head back up the plateau where the cave is. Make stealth checks as you go past.
26. I even swapped dice for that one.
Oh, phew. Okay, an 18.
Oh,
Hopefully that's
13.
okay.
4. I'm a
I was-
fighter, I'm not stealthy.
9.
I'm not stealthy either, but I'd still managed to stealth.
This is like the third time I think I just
You-
completely failed the stealth.
Wait, don't we have a reroll?
We have 2.
We do have a reroll.
I would recommend that someone, at least one of you.
I'm going to reroll.
Okay.
I can reroll my 26 if you want.
This is a good reroll.
Are you
6.
joking?
A series of 4 and a 2 6. Woohoo!
It's an improvement.
You want to get some bardic inspiration dice, Celine?
I really do. Yeah.
You head past. You all kind of have a few tense moments as you pass through the mouth of the cave. You can still see the remains of the creature you slew earlier.
Is there any footprints around it?
What?
Yeti-sized ones.
There's a body.
Is there any mother-sized footprints?
Wait, what's your roll investigation?
I didn't roll. I didn't hear you. 18 plus something. Oh no, -1. 17.
Okay. You don't see any signs of tracks, footprints, or anything like that since you left. Doesn't appear that the body's been disturbed. Take a few moments and you pass by. There's a few tense moments as your fighter kind of trips a little bit and clangs around, and you kind of all hold your breath and listen out for a few seconds. And there doesn't appear to be anything noise. There doesn't see anything encroaching. And you make your way back down to where you met Garrett, and you can see the remains of the two feline creatures that you slew. Over the next 2 or 3 hours, you do make your way back down to the staging camp area at the base of the cairn. Anything you'd like to do, or are you heading on towards the town?
Are we off to town, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes, so.
I just want to keep like an ear out. If I hear anything, I just kind of look around. That's because I'm walking in the back. I just want to, every once in a while turn. See if I
But-
spot anything along the way, even though it's only an hour. It's still
As
have
you
to get our
make,
heads around.
as you head towards the town, can you make me a perception check?
Everyone?
Whoever's leading the pack, please. Or if
Okay,
anyone's
then gentle.
making,
If it's-
Celine's making the active effort to pay attention.
I'm at a bad dice day, guys.
Are we? If it's me and Vale leading, I'll help Vale.
Okay. 15.
15 at the front. What did you get at the back, Celine?
A nat 1.
Okay. You, as you're heading, you don't spot anything suspicious. You don't spot anything out of the ordinary. You do spot the kind of the lights and the oil lanterns of the town below. Here, Konig. It's a fairly small settlement. It kind of nestles into the hills and the slopes at the base of the mountain. Are any of you from here?
Yes.
Aren't you?
I'm from Kekonic.
But you recognise it, you see it. The rest of you see kind of banked on one side by the mountain and the other side a lake. It's one of the 3 lakes of the area. There is a damaged wooden palisade and an old fortress kind of on a hill that is long since ruined. Vale, you would know from living there that it was raised years and years and years ago by a orc raiding party. The whole thing was leveled and burnt to the ground, and then the town kind of rebuilt itself up and never saw the purpose of rebuilding the barricades or the fortress itself. It's lots of terrace houses. They kind of like a lakeside path with houses and then another, so the whole thing looks like two crescents. It's terrace housing, a lot of mountaineering folk, a few fishing folk, and if you view it from the lake, it almost looks like an amphitheater. The whole thing kind of terraces up away from the lake. Would know, Vale, that it's usually quite a welcoming place. The services and amenities might not be as readily available as some of the larger towns, but the people tend to be warm and welcoming. There is no standing guard. The population is fairly low. We're looking around 150 people. And main problems that led you to leave initially was that a lot of the mountaineering trade had dried up due to the weather and the encroaching dangers. And the main transport ferry from Caer Konig down across the lake to East Haven has long since stopped. And the path that goes down from Caer Konig to Caer Dineval all the way down to East Haven is much, much longer than the ferry route was. So a lot of people just have stopped making the trip up because it's such a northern isolated town and there's no real reason to go there at the moment. You start making your way from the northern entrance, and kind of as you're walking down the hill, you spot the banners of the town, which is a blue shield edged in white with a curved knucklehead trout on the front, emblazoned in white, and you make your way into the town. Will I break? So, thank you very much, people in the chat. Thank you very much for the rerolls. No one's dead yet. Defying expectations. You guys made your way to Caer Konig, and we will pick up your exploration and your nosing around the town in about 10-15 minutes.
Yeah.
So stay tuned, everyone. Thank you very much for your comments so far. Stick around for the second part. And if you haven't already, use this 10 minutes to go grab yourself a cuppa. Give us a follow on Facebook, on Twitch, and on YouTube. And if you haven't, use your Amazon Prime to give us a free subscribe.
Cool.
No cost to you, helps us support the channel, and it doesn't cost you anything extra on top of your Amazon Prime subscription.
Lovely. So
we'll see you all in a few minutes.
While we are on a break, Sawdust, could you throw the links up, please, for Island of Rob and his donation link? Island of Rob and his friends, the Vikings of Twitch, are doing a 24-hour game-a-thon to raise a load of money for Extra Life. They do it every year, and every year there are forfeits or bonuses or whatever you want to call them, pledges that gets the lads and that doing stuff throughout the year and that. So give them a few quid if you can. Go check them out, and we'll be back in 10-15 minutes. Love you all. See you soon. Break time. Right, hello. Go, Rob, go.
Go,
Hello, welcome back, everyone. Thank you for waiting around for part 2 of the 5th session of Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frost Maiden. So, this lovely bunch have just made their way back down the slopes of Kelvin's Cairn after slaying / murdering the locals. They found some remains, they've picked up some goodies, and they've made the decision to head back down the mountain and approach the northernmost settlement of Caer Connig, the home of Bale, their ranger. So, evening's drawing in. You're probably looking at around 9-10 p.m. equivalent. The night has truly set in. The weather is taking a turn for the worst. You are on the outskirts of town. As I say, this whole town kind of is like an amphitheater. It kind of slopes down towards the lake, and you guys can see the moonlight reflecting off the lake. There's a few boats out on the lake bobbing. Yeah, the town seems quiet. The evening is your own. What's the plan?
Shall we find an inn, guys?
There's one over there.
Maybe not sleep in the open air tonight. It's cold.
Sounds like a good idea.
It's not that
We all
cold.
know that Vale is from this town, right?
If she's told you.
Bale, are you
Bale.
from round here?
I am.
Yeah.
Sweet,
Would
get
you
us
all
me
like to
three.
come over?
Right.
Olivia, yeah.
Segue.
Done.
Where can one get some good grub and ale?
Slumber pie.
Where
So
can
Vale,
we?
you are aware of 3 establishments, and a 4th being your own, which is a long, kind of close to the public, adventuring, supplies and mountaineering business. The places you know, there is a tavern called the Hook, Line and Sinker, which is... a guy called Glenn, half elf. You know of the proprietor. It doesn't have an inn attached to it. The inn is actually separate. The inn is called the Northern Light,
That one.
and there is an adventuring outfitter / general goods store called the Frozen Far Expeditions.
I think we should
We ain't
go
going
with
there,
that
they're my
one.
competition.
What?
They would be, you would know those as a rival business owners, yeah. They seem to have stayed afloat because they also provide
Are we
supplies and equipment.
not looking for an inn?
I thought you could all come and crash at my place. It's not very big though.
But it's
Might be
free.
more comfortable in an inn, but it is
Can
free.
do. That sounds good.
Yeah,
I'm on
alright.
a small.
Lead the way.
To Vales.
To
I'll take
Vales.
them to
You
my
took Vales.
little house.
It's gravy time.
Do you have a name for your business?
There and back again.
Yeah.
Creative. Love it.
A tabaxi tail.
It's a vaccine
Kind of-
sale.
There and then I abandon you, you know.
Yeah, there and back again
So-
if you're lucky.
Thanks for the follow.
General
Tony
geography of the
Phil.
town. Towards the north of the town, as you come past, you do walk past the ruin cairn. The kind of a wooden fortressy structure, long since reduced to rubble and ruin. You would know that on the whole town, I kind of say, is these 2 big semicircles. On the top row is where the speaker lives, and Frozen Far Expeditions, amongst some residential areas. And then the second kind of row, the inner row, near the port is where the Northern Light is, Hook, Line and Sinker. And to the very south of the residential district is where There and Back Again resides.
Just
You
keep following
make
that.
your way southbound on the outer row. You pass some nice residential areas, the houses of the 10 towns' traditional, like heavy peaked buildings, so the snow runs off, and the kind of familiar sight now of these big snowbanks on the sides. The whale oil lanterns are burning in the blizzard and the evening air, sending like this warm comfort of society after coming just being up the mountain and sleeping rough the night before. It's a lot smaller of the settlements you've been to, but it feels quite homely. There's a few people scurrying about with kind of furs up and kind of retiring for the evening. And after about 10-15 minutes, you find yourselves, after the kind of boarded up, locked up residents of Vale, the mountaineering shop front of there and back again.
Nice.
Cool.
Oh,
You're welcome to come in, guys, but I probably don't have much in the way of food and stuff, so it might be worth
So we got.
getting some dinner before we bed down if you guys want, or we can just go straight to sleep. I don't mind.
I'm tired.
Dinner sounds fabulous.
I'm down for dinner.
We could visit one of the taverns and get some grub and then head to...
Northern Lights. We should definitely go to the Northern Lights.
No, the Northern Lights is the inn.
Inn.
We want to go to the
They're not
Hook,
so
line,
good.
and
line and
sinker.
sinker.
Oh, okay. Lead on.
Plane and sinker.
Lead on.
You heading to the tavern?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Steak and ale.
So, you head over to the Hook, Line and Sinker. Second.
I don't know how loud the tavern music is. Chat, but please let me know.
So, Vale, you know the Hook, Line and Sinker fairly well. It is as close to a local as you'd have. You know its popularity is due to the free half pints of ale that are usually made available by the proprietor, which he keeps on a table by the front door. As people head in, he often presses one into their hand and encourages them into the bar. You also know that it is famous for its sinker, which is their end last call tradition of a drinking contest where locals challenge visitors to the last drink that sends the losing contestant under the table.
I'll look at
You
saloon.
know it's typically dwarven ale,
I'm out.
and you know
I'm in.
that the owner is El Glendar Core, but he goes by Glenn to his friends, and he's a half elf.
I will explain
Up
about the
outside
drinking.
the tavern. It's a nice building, and it's not overly gaudy. It's not too far. It's got a few more. It's like a country pub equivalent. It's like less commercial, like less benches and mass, and more like it feels more like a converted home.
The ale is free.
The first half pint is as you come in.
Is there
That's
a
the hook.
Just to wet the palate, it started off lovely. Sounds
Is-
fabulous.
Is there a back door?
Make an investigation check.
I go buy food.
That'll be a 10.
I'm also getting
You
food.
do a quick scout around the building. You do see there's like a cellar hatch that's boarded up.
That's probably not right for my plan. I go in with room.
Right. As you walk in, the pub's a weird layout. The bar is right by the door, so you more or less have to walk past the bar to get into the main rest of the venue. It feels more like a receptionist than a bar at the end of a room. And yeah, lo and behold, as you walk in, there is a pretty well-dressed half-elf gentleman, long, like kind of blonde, light brown hair, pulled back into a ponytail. Kind of a reddish burgundy jacket pulled over. One of the more well-presented individuals you've come across. The bar is fairly full. You've probably got 30 or 40 people scattered around tables. People are chatting. There's probably the most jovial sight you've seen in a while. And as you walk in, you are heartily greeted with a handshake from the elven figure, and you are offered and you are held. You're not granted entry until you accept graciously the half pints of ale provided.
What's in it?
I don't
The
care.
little one. Vale, you're back.
Hello.
In some
Glad-
time.
Glad to see that business is still good.
What have you lot been getting up to? You look like you've been dragged down the mountain.
You wouldn't
stuff.
believe.
Understatement.
Nothing.
We're just after
you-
some drinks and food, if that's okay.
I thought you're heading to the capital. Thought you were hanging up your adventuring boots in this part.
That was the plan, but fate seems to have driven me back here, at least for a short while.
At least you're well, yes. It's a little bit worse for wear there, but at least you're in one piece.
Are you well? How's things been around here?
I mean, bar the usual of the weather's cold and the patrons are rowdy, but business is as good as we expected, I guess.
Everything okay about town? Nothing abnormal going on?
The ferry's still off. Not as busy as we could be. The East Haven lot don't make the trip up anymore. Torvus is his same old self. Too much of the old ales and too many old wives' stories from that old one. But other than that, we're all together, we're in peace, and the ale's in stock.
Good.
Please, come in. And again, you're all thrusted a half pint of ale, and you are gestured towards a table in the back next to a fireplace, which is a welcome warmth from the recent mountain you've just crawled off of.
I will pass my half pint to Celine.
The rest already drank.
It is pretty good. It's dwarven ale. It's widely distributed across all of 10 towns, but it is quite a recognisable taste, and it comes from the dwarven breweries around the dwarven mining areas around Tourmaline. It's good.
Yum.
We,
Stuff's fantastic.
do we
What's
just
up
go
with
to a
your
bar
appetite?
for food?
Yeah, grab a table. I'll be over in a moment, and we'll sort something out for you.
What food do you do?
Knucklehead trout is usually
yeah.
the favourite from the locals, fresh from the lake.
Do you do it in
I'll
pie?
have the.
Sure, we could rustle something up.
I'll have a knucklehead pie.
Fish pie,
Fish pie, please.
fish pie and chips.
I would like edible food.
So fish pie and chips for two.
Yes.
I will take anything, to be fair.
We know.
Okay, well, same for everyone. I mean, we've got.
Yeah.
Same for all. Let's not make it hard. Sounds lovely.
I'll get the cook to bring it out in a few minutes for you all. Well, excuse me, patrons to serve. If you need any more drinks, just pop to the bar and we'll sort your rides out.
Nice.
Kind of straightens up his jacket a little bit and kind of pulls his jacket closed and kind of pivots, like almost like a about turn, and then strolls off to the bar and greets a few other patrons as he heads through and just checks everyone's okay. And you are left to your table. The fire is cracking away. You're warmer than you have been in days. A little bit worse for wear, but
I'm just like
Yeah.
covering up the wounds with just bits of leather. That's what you're talking about. It's warm in here, isn't it?
It is.
for you it's probably too comfortable, if that makes sense. Like it's
I'm
a little bit
sweating,
like,
I'm just like,
yeah, it's like everyone else is basic level of home comforts. For you, it's like this is excessive. You've got cushions and warmth. What's wrong with these people?
I will light up the end of my finger like E.T. and poke gentle steps and heal him for 1 hit point.
Wow.
I will
That's-
hit
there
him
you
with
go.
Sebastian. Don't
How
ever
gracious.
finger me again.
You feel an odd, firm prod from the side of you as gentle steps.
I see 3 millimeters of a slash heal. Cheers,
I'm
Orcus.
sorry.
Thanks.
The
That's all
warm,
I've got.
tingly feeling washes over his back.
Fine, you don't need to heal me. I'll be Rita's rain in the morning.
That's all I've got left, I'm afraid.
So
Speaking
after,
of-
I'm a little bit. It's quite strange that you waited, 4 hours before doing that.
Well, I'd like to keep one in reserve just in case anyone keels over.
No, we could have just been attacked by a violent, icy mountain goat down the path. Just saying.
What is it with goats?
They live on the
I
mountain.
miss meat.
It's just.
I miss some good roast goat meat. That's what I miss.
Eat a lot of goat meat, Celine.
Roast goat, roast lamb, you name it.
As long as it's
Roast pork.
roasted.
Yes.
Well, what's wrong with curried goat? Curried goat is pretty delicious.
They don't do a lot of curries around it.
How do you get it though?
You're obviously just not as cultured.
The concept of seasoning is just beyond your doorstep.
What is
Walking
worth?
through is the extent of his cooking experience.
From outside to inside equals cooked.
Any meat in any sauce in any style, just bring me the meat. But
What is-
are
What
in
is
the situation we're
roasting?
in.
What is roasting, Elkis?
Elk is
Oh.
typically knucklehead trout. It's just been like raw, like straight up Gollum style.
No, it's called sashimi.
It's not eaten in 10 times. Right, you just cook it with fire, Elkis.
Why?
Why? So it's cooked with
Because
fire.
we like
So it
it
doesn't make you
burnt.
ill.
You're a weird
What
little
are we doing
bastard.
tomorrow, guys? What's the plan?
Same thing we do every Morrow Vale.
Right, it's
Try and take over
We're
the
taking
world.
everyone.
Gotta take over the mountain.
And I
We need to go and find Garrett and tell him about his adventurers.
That too.
What are we doing? Sod tomorrow, what are we doing?
Back up the mountain we go.
What
We're
now?
gonna
We're
go
eating
look
food.
at the cult stuff.
Why?
We're eating food, going to bed, and then going to tell Garrett that his people that he promised to take care of are dead,
Yeah, no, but after
and we'll
that,
take it from there.
Was anybody murdered in this town?
I don't know.
No,
what are you
well-
trying to say?
No, the
That's
three
why I tried
murders
to
that
ask.
you know have been reported were in East Haven, Bryn Shandar, and Targus. The last you kind of ventured down that line of questioning from Scaff and Targus. He mentioned that Garrett and the adventurers were heading on the same direction as the caravan, and that the caravan was likely to be heading over to settlements in this area.
Yep, that was the thing. We should ask about the Targa, the caravan. See if they're around anywhere.
How does everybody look in the pub here? Do they seem friendly or do they seem?
It seems
They
jovial.
seem
like-
dodgy.
People are keeping themselves. Like there's certainly other households or communities, and people are in kind of prearranged groups. Nothing jumps out as being suspicious. After a few more minutes of you guys chatting and enjoying the drinks, 6 huge steaming plates of cooked potatoes and this wonderful fish pie is brought over. Elkish, you believe that the fish has been ruined. It's like, why have they done this
Potatoes.
to it?
Right, cook them.
Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
There and back again.
Potatoes.
Ruins it. Ruins it.
It's ruined.
You just
Sorry,
got me,
it's
you just
a
got me a
long
fat
novel.
hobbit. You just got me a fat hobbit.
Ruined it!
I scoff it.
So after we speak to Garrett tomorrow, I understand that he said we'll deal with it when we get there. But why can't we just deal with it now? So when we tell Garrett, we could just move on. Well,
Deal with what?
That's my point. I don't understand why we're chasing, and I air quote, cult stuff. Are we not? Aren't we supposed to be following someone Thargos, the merchant woman?
Yeah, we're looking for Targa. If they're around, we could do with having a word with them to see if
Why
they've been
have
stabbing
we
people.
deviated?
Sorry, but does it not seem a bit weird that these people are going up to this ruined city, which theoretically has nothing to do with anything anymore, but all of a sudden they're like, yeah, let's go to this place and let's go find out these things, and all of these murders have been happening. Like, it's a bit sus.
It's only 3 people being murdered. People die all the time.
People aren't. We're not sure if that
No,
city
it's
even
only-
exists. Is that right?
It's only 3 people that we know have been murdered. Others could be rotting in an alleyway somewhere.
There's been
He
4
did murder
murders.
5 goblins 3 days ago.
There's been 4 murders. My mentor was murdered as well.
We didn't rip their heads off, so
Yetis rip their heads off.
I highly doubt it.
Yetis did not come into the town and murder 3 people or 4
I
people.
don't think Yetis rip their heads off.
Why
Yeah,
is it so hard to
play.
believe?
Who's going to be ripping heads off and going into the Yeti cave and decorating it for him?
While the Yetis just sit and let it happen.
He used to say that the Yetis had resided there the entire time. They
It's
might
their
have stumbled upon it and decided, right, we're going to live here for a bit because it's safe. Obviously it wasn't, because now one of them's dead.
Yes. You fools. And if you
Can you
know how
slowly eat
to
my
not
pie?
fight.
It was charging gentle steps, and you'd already filled it full of arrows.
It
so-
wasn't charging
He
gentle
wasn't
steps
charging
at all.
anyone.
We're not debating this again. We need to
Did
find
we
out.
debate it before? Okay.
Well, we
Look,
need to find out where. What's her name? Targa?
Targa.
Targus.
We need to find
Targa.
out where she is, and we need to get the news back to Garrett about the people that he was taking up the mountain.
But do you not think he'd be interested as to why they actually wanted to go up to the mountain in the first place?
He might have been, and maybe we could talk to him about that when we speak to him. But we don't know anything.
Why don't we just find out?
Well, I think that's what Vale's saying is we find out by speaking to him. Or you wanted to just go up there yourself?
I would like to go together because I don't have any friends. I never have had any friends, and I would like friends.
I flick some of my fish pie at Andrew.
I wipe it off her face and eat it. Yum, delicious fish pie.
There you go. You have a friend.
I give her my ever so precious ale. Ever so precious.
Holy sh!
See?
I graciously take it, and I'm like,
Celine's sharing ale. I'm sharing pie. You're in the circle, Andrew.
fantastic. Now, please, let's go do a thing.
While
Do a
they're
thing.
while they're arguing and stuff, I'm gonna step away from the table and go speak to the bar guy.
Stealthily, like you.
Yeah, very stealthily.
Cool.
Roll still.
I just point at
Please
Elkis as
shut
he
the
walks
door.
away.
All I need is
As,
5 minutes to finish this pie. 5 minutes because it's folding hot.
Glenn leans over the counter and sees the figure of Elgis and, well, hello, little one. What can I get for you?
I was just wondering if you knew of the trader Targa.
Rings a bell. The travelling one with the caravan.
Yeah, last I heard they were heading this way, and we were trying to catch up with them. So I was just wondering if they could be in town, or if anyone would know.
Well, never been up this far north in a few months, I'm afraid. They tend to miss us out and head straight to Caer Dineval in the south and off to East Haven. We're a little bit off the grid, I'm afraid.
Yeah. No worries. You haven't heard of these weirdos wandering up the mountain, have you? There's a bit of trouble up there. We ended up having to go rescue someone.
I mean, people head up the mountain all the time. It's half the old industry of this place. We always have, or at least used to have, travelling types hopping in here for a breakfast or evening meals, celebrating their climbs, or
Yeah, I kind of heard
bellies for
that.
the day.
Yeah, I kind of heard that it wasn't the season for such things. It was a bit out of the ordinary.
It's been quiet. I mean, you're not from here, are you, little one? I've not seen your kind around.
I don't think you will see many of my kind. I'm a bit of a odd one out, you could say. I was
Welcome
brought.
here, little one.
I was brought up in Duggan.
And it gives you a bit of a. There's like a slight shift of demeanor when you say it, and he's just like, I mean, someone has to be from there, right?
I didn't really get to choose. But
You
I
can stay where you want. Nothing's stopping you travelling around. Made it this far.
Well, that's the plan now. But yeah, thank you for information. Can I have another round of drinks, please?
Absolutely, no problem. I'll be right over.
No worries.
You see him kind of energetically sort of pouring pints, and taps are opened and glasses filled. After a few minutes, he brings over a tray and drops another 6 drinks on the table.
I obviously head back to the table with to wait the drinks. Yep. It doesn't look like Targa's come to this town, guys.
No, I could have told you that.
I thought we were. I thought we were pinning the Targos thing and going up to a hidden city.
Rob, am I right in thinking the city, we don't even know if it exists? It's just a folk tale. Yeah.
You have, Audrey's heard some things, but I don't think she shared it. The rest of the only other people who've come across kind of knowledge, you've heard, like, you Vale, where the adventurers wanted to go over. There's rumours about, like, hidden treasures out in the mountains and out in the snow and the glory of the unexplored. Nothing's been found. There's been no adventurers who've struck gold, as it were. There's the occasional odd artifact or the occasional magic items and things that are either fished up on occasion or found in the mines, but you're not aware of any cities or anything.
We don't even know if this city exists. We'd be going on a wild goose chase if we were to try and find it.
Right, look. We need to go to this city. There is, yes, myth and legend about it, but there's also similar truths. Now, the past few nights when I've been keeping a watch, there's been a feeling in the air which is not good. And I feel like it's radiating from that place. We we'll just go and look. If it's not there, that's fine. You can blame me for the rest of our lives and say I told you so.
As
but
a general,
I just feel like we need to look.
As a general geography idea that you would all know, north of Calvin's Cairn is endless miles of just open, unexplored tundra. It's not familiar to any of you. There aren't any known roads, there aren't any known settlements. It is pretty much open wildland.
Adri, what makes you think that we're even going to be able to find it? Like, I don't know of anyone that has ever been there. I don't think anyone does. People have gone up there countless times to look for it, and look what happened at the people that we found. That could be us if we go up unprepared.
But
they
that's
literally
because
died.
they were idiots, and we're entirely not. As I cast my eyes at a few of the party members.
Doesn't that make us idiotic
is
going
one of
up
them
there
a
looking for the
reflection?
exact same thing as them?
Is Adri telling us everything? Can I tell if she's hiding something from us?
Can you insight check her? Is that what you're asking, Elkis?
Yeah, but I don't like asking if can I roll.
Yes, roll an insight check.
I'm trying to not remember what I'm missing out.
Adri, make a deception check.
I don't know what I'm being deceptive about.
Hiding the fact that you may know more than you're actually being forthwith with.
What do I know?
Where's your notes? That's a 12. It's not very good.
That's fine, because mine was a 17.
Yeah, thankfully, for Audrey's sake.
I was waiting for you to go, that's a natural 20 plus 4, and I would have been like,
Yeah, Elkis, well,
No.
there's nothing suspicious about what she's saying.
Just
You
really
haven't
wants
heard
to go.
rumours and myths yourself directly, but you are aware that they exist. And there's stories of hidden treasures in caves or hidden, monsters at the bottom of lakes and ancient dragons and lore and things like that people talk about in the pubs. But the land to the north is unexplored, and that unexplored mystery holds allure and myth.
Is it up the mountain we're wanting to go, or Adri wants to go, or north into the tundra? It's up the mountain, isn't it?
It's up past into unexplored terrain.
But up the mountain, not out into the tundra.
Up the mountain and then some, I think.
Beyond the mountain,
yeah, a little bit.
the land.
Vale, for your benefit as well, you would know that apart from kind of that touristy route you took earlier, the mountain does continue higher, and a lot of the mountain is avoided and unexplored, either because people who've gone there haven't come back, or it's a lot more treacherous and people have frozen, been eaten, died, fell off the mountain, whatever it may be.
I'm not saying that we shouldn't go. I'm saying that we need more information before we do. We need to know why they were going. If they're just generic relic hunters, but something makes me think that they're more than that because they employed Garrett to take them. They needed to get there for some reason. And, you know, we're not sure that their intentions were completely honest and good. We need to find out more before we go venturing off into unknown terrain that no one has ever survived to tell the tale and actually report back as to what it's like. It would be ridiculous for us to go up there now without the information that we need. I'm not saying no, I'm just saying not yet.
The plan is that we just catch the supplies because I am on Adri's side. If her instinct is saying that, I do have a little bit of a feeling that we should probably follow that path. Even if it's a false one in the end, if something is still kind of streaming that pull in that direction, let's do it, but prep ourselves properly. We'll get the information to Garrett either tonight or tomorrow morning.
Let's sleep on it.
But I want to finish this pie first.
You haven't finished your pie.
I know.
That's
why is
5
it
minutes.
so
Has it been
long?
5 minutes? I've been listening to you guys. I've been trying to kind of follow along. My intelligence is very low.
All that dwarven ale.
It's hence the reason why she wants to follow me blindly, apparently.
We also need to, before we go up, it might be worth finding Torga as well.
Okay. Vale, do you mind if I head back? I'm just feeling really tired. I think today's just getting to me. Are you okay if I go back on my own?
I'll come with you because you'll need to get in.
I
And
don't
you've
mind just using the key.
I'm
I'm not going to be going
Stranger
anywhere.
you met 3 days ago.
Yeah.
Here's
No
the key to my
offense,
house.
but, I will come with you. If everyone else can remember the way back, they can come now or they can meet us there. I'll stay up until everyone's back, but I will come with you.
I'll head across with you, I
Go
guess.
on.
I'll go with the others.
I'll stay.
Is anyone staying in the bar?
Me.
Gentle steps. Everyone else?
Back
You're all
home.
heading to Vales.
We're into
Yeah.
sleep.
I'm just following the
Okay.
rule. Don't split the party.
That's not a rule, that's a life choice.
It's a general like.
It's a way of life.
In the Constitution, that is.
Okay, so you make the 10-15 minute walk back to Vale's house. The door is unlocked. The inside is kind of a reception area. There's a
Door is
you
what?
see like equipment, climbing equipment, some route planning in the main area, and then there is a single-story building, and then in the back there is kind of like a lounge and a cooking area and a sleeping area in the back.
I thought you said this wasn't particularly big. Like, this seems like
It's-
pretty much
it's-
luxury.
It's modest.
Modest. I mean, I live
Compared
where I
to
work.
where you live, Delkis, it's probably much nicer. It's probably on par with Ardry.
This is
Yes.
amazing.
Just me. But yeah, feel free to find somewhere comfortable. There's a bed in there if anyone wants it. But yeah, make yourselves comfortable.
What are you doing, Gentle Steps?
Literally nothing. I will stay there till last orders. Witness the last drink local game. And then I'll return to the building that we're sleeping at.
So while are you guys back at Vales, anyone doing anything of note?
Just waiting for Gentle Steps to get back. Staying up.
The Gentle Steps, you
Sharpening my
kind of
blade.
sit in the tavern. People watching for a little bit. You have a couple of kind of late retiring fisher folk who come in and take tables up and eat, and you're offered another drink if you would accept it.
I'll accept it and pass it on. I'll pretty much drink water all the time I'm in there. Or equivalent of.
And yeah, and towards a few hours pass, and then the bell is rung above the bar, and you see a few cheers and a few people start looking around expectantly. And you see a few of the more the rowdy bunches in the middle start splitting up into kind of two crowds, and they kind of look around and see who's in. A few people kind of look over your way and then kind of double take about whether they should approach you or not, and see this bloody battered
I'll
Goliath
put
the seat.
Sebastian on the table in front of me.
Oddly enough, no one approaches you. They just kind of sit and kind of they eye you up in the corner and kind of dismiss you. And eventually, there is a couple of younger humans who are roped into the competition with a couple of the local dwarven mountaineering types. The central table is cleared. There is rows of drinks, 8 or 9 pints on either side, and everyone kind of crowds round. You get a bit of tension starts there, and Glenn kind of just sits behind the bar and kind of looks in. You know, he's seen it a million times. The novelty's wearing off. He just sees it as a bit of fun, as long as nothing gets out of hand. And then you hear all the everyone's go 3, 2, 1, and then these two younger humans start trying to put away these pints as fast as they can, and a few of them start struggling after 2 or 3, and most of it going over his face. One of them seems a little bit worse for wear before he starts, and the kind of the dwarves, 5 or 6, and as they keep going down the line, the human after number 6 kind of slams his glass on the table, and you see kind of his a bit of a wobble, and he takes a step and just feet give him from under him, and he kind of falls off the side and crashes into a pile, and the cheers go out amongst the bar. The two dwarves kind of fist bump and finish off the drinks, and kind of a bit of wobble to them as well, but they kind of steady themselves on each other, and the spectacle dies down after a few minutes, and eventually Glenn kind of waves in, starts, right, that's it for tonight, guys, come on, you've had your fun. So others have got to be up. And he starts collecting some of the glasses, and everyone seems to be in good spirits and helping each other out.
Can I pickpocket the very drunken humans?
Right. Thanks for that hand check.
Are they drunk enough for advantage? Sleight of hand.
It's less about them noticing, more about the bar full of patrons noticing.
22.
You, as you're all heading out, you kind of bump past this human, and you pull a coin purse off their belt and duck into the winter's evening chill. And you look around, and no one stops you, no one questions you.
I'm not making off of it, but I got his coin purse, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. I'll go back to Glenn, give Glenn the coin purse. Just let them know they were robbed on their way out. Maybe they'll think twice next time. Nod, and then I'll leave.
And looks, you leave him kind of with a bit of a confused, slightly intrigued expression, kind of a slight smile in the corner of his mouth, and he just kind of nods his head and slides the door shut, and you hear the latch go and the moving of glasses and furniture inside.
And I'll head to Vale's.
Vale, after a couple of hours, you do hear a knock at the door. Gentle Steps does arrive at your abode.
Just let him in and say, find somewhere comfortable, show him to the back of the lounge and the kitchen and stuff, and then collapse.
You are greeted to the same interior as the rest were.
Cool. Kitchen, sleep.
Kitchen.
Sure. Okay, so you all getting rest?
Yeah.
Yep.
Gonna try my damnedest.
I would like to go for a walk.
Okay. While this is happening, Elkis, can you make me a charisma saving throw, please?
Oh, balls.
Oh dear.
That would be a 19.
Okay. Ardry, you unlock the latch. You step out into the night.
Do I hear that?
Things are quiet.
Has anyone noticed?
A few of the oil lanterns have burnt out, and the town seems to be in a slumber. Sorry, it's gently trying to notice if Adri sneaks out.
Both me and Vale said, did we notice up?
Okay. Audrey, you trying to do it discreetly?
No, not really.
Okay, then yes, you see Adri leave.
I'll sit up as she's leaving. Do you need company?
I think I just need to be by myself for a bit.
Cool. And I'll lay back down.
I'm snoring.
I'm going to stay awake if I can until she gets back.
I'll stay awake as well because I only need 4 hours of sleep anyway, or meditation.
Okay, Audrey, you step out into the nighttime air. You kind of see the moonlight reflecting off of the lake. You got that kind of gentle waves and ripples catching the moonlight. It's cold. The wind's picked up, and the occasional kind of gust rustles past shutters on the shops, and kind of whistles between the houses.
Okay. I'd like to go find a quiet area where I can go and try and commune with my patron, please.
Okay. Look around.
Yeah, Dungeon Master.
And the couple of quiet areas that you would see, you could either step out into town and kind of into the snowy wilderness, or the docks themselves that jut out into the lake. There's one, the nearest one to the there and back again. I forget the name exactly. Apologies. The dock doesn't have any boats on it. Doesn't have any people there. Most of the boats and the fishing vessels seem to be at the far side. But you could walk out onto the docks on the edge of the water, and that seems as secluded as anywhere.
I'd like to go into the snowy wilderness, please.
You head out the back, round the back of the Vale's house. You head up the hill. There's a bit of a clamber up some rocks and stuff, and you can head out. And again, it's this familiar sight of black sky fading into white, crisp snow on the fresh snowfall. Occasional tracks of small animals or birds and things.
Okay. And I'd like to sit and meditate to communicate. I can't even get my words out. To communicate with my patron, please.
So sit down. And you kind of breathe in once or twice, and you kind of feel the cold night air fill your lungs.
Does the sky change at all?
Roll an investigation check. Develop perception.
Because obviously the past few nights the sky has done weird crap. 22.
As you go out and you start looking up, you don't see anything change.
Okay.
But the sky is consistent with kind of this green
Borealis
tint to
sort
it
of
that
thing.
is similar to kind of a few hours after what you've witnessed in the past.
Okay. So I might have just missed it. No problem. Yeah, we go back to trying to communicate, please.
You sit down. You take a few more deep breaths, and the wind kind of picks up around you, and you see some of the snow drift kind of like bluster past. And things just seem a little bit sharper, and the cold stings a little bit more. And as you close your eyes and you think about the night in which you first were contacted by your patron, you do see kind of in the back of your head two kind of avian eyes. Like you see these two bright blue, it's like hunting bird, like bird of prey, like sharp irises, this icy blue colour that came to be almost shimmering like a blue flame. No words. It's just these two kind of burning eyes, and that's kind of an image in the back of the head.
I need your help. There is the ancient civilization that seems to be picking up a lot of interest from a couple of people, and I want to make sure that it's safe and protected. Could you help me with the location?
It's gravy time.
Say that out loud, or just kind of think that?
I think that to my patron because I
that.
never know who is listening.
So you think that, and a few moments pass, and the image isn't clear. It kind of fades in and out of focus and fades into darkness and back, and it's shifting around, and the eyes kind of fluctuate a little bit. There is this kind of sense of cold that washes over you. It catches you off guard. It feels like it bypasses your clothing, your armor, your furs, and it just feels like you're exposed to the elements for just a fraction of a second, and it kind of just shocks you a little bit. And the two eyes kind of flash fierce in these blue flames for a second, and then just fade back into just blackness.
Okay.
Silence. You do not hear anything.
Okay, and there's nothing anymore, not even the eyes. Was that a no?
Sorry, yeah, there is nothing. It's
Okay.
dark. You're out in the cold. Your kind of senses. You're still being hit by the wind. You can still feel the wind on your face, but it doesn't feel excessive. It doesn't feel different.
Connection. Is the connection there anymore?
Doesn't feel like you haven't got that same sense of. You feel like you normally do,
Okay.
like day to day. You don't have anything like you don't feel any presence in the back of your mind. You don't see any imagery. You don't feel any unusualness.
Okay. I just sigh in defeat, and I'm just gonna take a long walk back to Vales.
On the walk back, you do, as you stand up and as you turn, you do get a split second of not the large eyes that you saw, but you see kind of half obscured faces in their 10s, 20, 30, all with a similar look in their eyes. A mixture of elves, dwarves, humans. And it's just this, almost like a flick book of these eyes just like flashing and fading back into darkness, and then it goes back to nothing.
Could I kind of grasp what emotions could have been in the eyes, faces?
Not really. It was a sense of unease. It was a sense of on alone. It's a sense of connection with a number of individuals. Almost like a shared kinship. It only hits you for a second or so, and you don't pick out any identities or any features. It's just this kind of like a snapshot of a crowd.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I go back to Vales.
Do I hear her coming?
Door opens. Are you trying to get back in quietly, Audrey?
I would like to be quiet so as not to disturb anyone that
Just
has
answer.
gone to sleep. Like, I'm not being like, oh, I don't want anyone to know I'm back.
17 on perception.
That's fine, because that was a 3, so I've just opened up the door and slammed it
As you
shut
open
behind
the
me.
door, you don't realise how free opening it is, and you expect it to be stiffer than it was. You just slam it open. Like, shush! Like,
Shit, sorry.
I'll sit upright with Sebastian in my hand. What is it, Brian? What is it, Brian? You alright, Audrey?
and you see Audrey enter. You see Audrey enter the room. Make a perception check.
Another one. Who's making the perception check?
You.
That that'll be a 13.
Audrey, you see Audrey's kind of snow in her hair and blasted by the elements, but seems, no worse damaged or worse state than what she left.
Cool. Audrey, you alright?
Yeah. I just needed the walk. I just wasn't feeling very tired, so I'm just gonna sit down, have a little meditate. I'll be alright.
Cool. Meditation's good. And I'll lay her down and go to sleep. That's it, DM.
Anyone else?
Are we
Is
all,
anything
like-
else
All right,
before
are we
Vale,
all
I stayed
like
awake.
Yeah.
I stayed awake while she was gone.
make a perception check?
Natural 20.
20, not natural.
Okay. You see the figure of Gentle Steps kind of sit up, and you see this conversation happen, and you're kind of in the corner, kind of in a
Not
chair
creepy
or
at all.
some sort of.
Yeah, even though you're in your own home, but you're in your own bed.
She offered the bed to somebody else. I'm going to
did.
assume one of you took it.
in
And
the
you
kitchen?
do notice, as Audrey walks past to retire, you do see a similar blue glow around her eyes that you've seen in the past when she's cast magic.
Okay.
Kind of fades from the time she opens the door and the time she makes it across the room. It's kind of fades away and normalizes.
Were you just going for a walk, Audrey?
Yeah, I just had to clear my head a bit.
Can I insight that?
Okay. Deception check, Audrey.
14.
Whew, 18.
It's odd, but she seems honest and open when she says she just went for a walk.
That's cool. Just make sure you get some rest. We're probably going to have a long day tomorrow.
I'm aware. Thank you.
So I'll go back to sleep.
Okay. The night time takes you. You'll get your rest. Any wounds and aches and pain. You'll wake up knowing you've been in a fight, don't get me wrong. But you'll wake up with your full capacity of magics and healths and other mechanical things. The morning rolls around. It's probably the comfiest night's sleep you've had in a little time. Slept out in the snow the last 2 nights. And yes, morning comes round. The morning takes you, and you all awake under your own steam.
At level 3.
It's all wishful
Elkis
thinking.
somehow is now level 1.
He has regressed. Breakfast?
Morning.
Always.
Yeah. Would I know of any way, Rob, of like getting? Is there any like messenger services or anything like that I could get a message to Garrett instead of us having to go back to see him?
You are aware that the Frozen Far Expeditions, the patron of which, Artemis, as much as you don't like him, he does have a pretty damn fast dog sled, and he is known. He has done some messenger runs, courier runs in the past.
Okay.
Garrett said he was heading to this town, though, didn't he?
He did.
Oh, Garrett lives here. Brilliant.
No,
He doesn't live here.
He
He
doesn't
lives in
live here.
Targus.
It's
But
in a
before he
different-
left the mountainside, he said he was going to head to Keir Konig before then making the longer journey round on the roads from town to town. You would know from kind of local geography if he was going to take the route B. It would be from Keir Konig south to Keir Dinnerville. If you continue south, you come to a crossroads, which splits off 3 directions: East Haven, Goodmead, and Bryn Shandar. And then you can continue through Bryn Shandar back to Targos. I will make this map available to you all after this session as well, just so you've got a reference.
Would I know where he would likely have stayed in this town?
There is a tavern. Vale, you know that there is a tavern, an inn, separate from the hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah.
The Northern Light.
Okay. If we head there for breakfast, then I could ask if how long ago he left. He might still be in town. So,
To Northern Light?
I could ask there if we go to the tavern. I mean, it's next door, so if we go to the tavern for breakfast, I'll pop next door and ask about Garrett and if he's been here recently.
Alright.
Yeah, go. Why not?
In Garrett's over half here? With dog?
No, they don't live here. They live in Targus.
Yeah, but
They live in Targus, but he was
Dog will be
stopping
here.
here on his way down.
did I chase you up a mountain for 2 days?
You chased us across the tundra. And
You
then
chased
up
us
the
across
mountain.
from where we were, from Targus.
Upwards. Alright, cool.
Yeah, so
Basically, the whole settlement of all the 10 towns loosely fits like a letter U, with the cairn kind of at the top. You guys probably went from Targus is kind of at like 8 o'clock on a clock. Instead of going round the bottom and up, you just cut straight across.
Cool. Yeah, Northern Light, let's go.
Yeah.
I'll get breakfast. You can go.
You did tell him to wait here, so hopefully he is there still.
More fish.
So, anyone like
Carry
to do
on.
anything before you head out for the morning?
Nope. Oh, well, I don't.
Yeah.
For breakfast, I like to do stuff, but let's go there first. Get that over with.
I will lock the door on my way out.
Okay, you open the door. The morning light reflecting off the freshly fallen snow. It's bright. It's almost daylight. It's probably a slightly bit brighter than you're used to. It's still this overcast, but it's, as far as current circumstances go, it's a pretty nice morning. Crunch out into the fresh fallen snow. You see a few people kind of bundled up, shuffling between houses, their heads down, and cloaks and furs and gloves on. You head kind of by the lakefront, go past the bar that you were at last night, and you follow the row of houses on the lakefront. And as you walk, you notice a pile of snow that starts stirring as you pass. And someone hidden beneath it suddenly stands. And as they stand, they easily stand up to the height of gentle steps. And the figure looks around and yells, "Who goes there? Thieves, have I found those creeping bastards?"
Name's Gentle Steps.
Pulls a scarf covering kind of his face, and you see it's a dragonborn. Silver scale dragonborn. In one hand, he's brandishing an empty wine bottle at you, and he's kind of looking around.
I think he's here for you, Celine.
I'm
And
already looking at him, just
He
going.
lets out a very rancid belch, pretty much in your face. And just this big toothy grin across his dragon face. Pardon my manners, a bit jittery with all the thievery going on. I'm Taurus, the town speaker, and you are?
Elkis?
I'm Vale. I own the expedition shop just round the corner. There and back again?
Didn't you leave town a month ago?
I did, yeah, but I'm back now. Just for a short
It's hard
while.
to keep
not
up these
permanently.
days. And he uncorks the bottle and tries to drink from it and realizes it's empty and recorks it again and kind of staggers 2 steps to the left.
Isn't it a bit early?
I look at Celine.
He kind of rubs his head.
I'm just gonna stay
What?
quiet. Like,
What's been stolen? What are you talking about, thieves?
Sounds like some thievery troubles. Months. No one's really seen anything, really. But just the other night, that lantern over the Northern Light was stolen. And Corey won't let me hear the end of it. Apparently, I'm the one who's got to find those responsible. Apparently, it's all my responsibility, and it's down to the speaker to sort it out.
And this,
But not yet.
my dear group, is
Haven't
why
found it.
he drinks so very much.
I'll find it, though. I have a knack for this stuff.
You find that lamp. Weren't you looking for it the last time we were around?
I don't remember.
Of course you
It's
don't.
been a rough few nights.
Anything
I
else
got
I'm
into a
missing?
scuffle with a house cat out here overnight.
You know how it is. I used to go out on all the adventures in these lands when I was younger. I battled that tribe of half ogres and kicked him into the river and watched him float away, and it was shouting all the names under
How
the
many
sun at me.
decades ago was that?
You? It's not the point, though.
Just a few, only a few.
How about that time when I tricked that group of kobolds into believing me I was a dragon in human form?
Hmm.
You mean
So,
you're
yeah.
not?
I think they just had pity on his soul and everything. Depends on what strain of drunkenness he was in at the time. Really depends.
Are you
Depends if I
related
was
to
around
me?
either.
Are you two related?
Us two.
He tries to take a drink from the bottle again. The cork's still in at this point. He just kind of realizes he's tries to uncork it, just wrestling with the bottle.
I try to take it off him.
Okay.
The poor wee thing here can't hold a light.
Make a strength check.
Oh, God. I bet he's not a rogue. Strength check.
Yes, please.
Okay. +2. Dirty 20.
30-20.
Yeah.
You grab it, and there's a moment of like, it doesn't give, and he kind of pulls it back, and then there's just another hand just on the center of your chest, and you just go 5 feet back.
Oh.
Can't believe that was
He
strength
kind of
check. Is that
brandishes the
grapple?
bottle at you again and be like, there's enough thievery in this town without you adding to the problems.
If I wanted to steal it off you, I'd have done that.
Is that a strength potion?
And just looks.
He's just a
viewing.
massive
Looks confused
dragon,
for a second.
Elkis.
He is huge. He's like gentle step sized.
I'm just gonna walk up to him and just give him.
Less dexterous and more stacked.
Oh!
I'm gonna waltz up to him and give him just an unamused death glare. Hand the bottle over, please.
Cradle, it's wine. Get your own.
It'll be fine. I promise I'll take care of it. Now hand it over.
No?
Yes.
Are we
Or
killing him?
would you like me to tell all the tales of how I dragged their carcass out of every single pub in here in the last couple of decades?
That's
You
not the
can live
point.
to tell those lovely
I'm
stories.
the town speaker, and if I want this bottle, it's mine by right.
I don't suppose you got a wife
Is
and a
it
kid.
now? Does he look like he has a
me.
wife and a kid?
No, you know, it's just him.
Just him. Oh, you're lucky. Saved you this day.
Vale, you would know. He's been like this as long as you remember. He genuinely has a background in adventuring, but it has been for some time. And he tends to be as functional as needs be. A bit abrasive, but he gets stuff done.
Oh, he
He's
just
fine when you
goes
sober
back.
him up.
He goes back into a story of his adventuring days about how he single-handedly took on a goblin fort.
Do you want to come join us for breakfast?
Oh god.
I'm meant to be checking in with Corey about that bloody lantern.
Okay, and I walk off.
We're going there. We're going to the Northern Light, so
Northern Light.
Oh no.
No, we're going to Oakline and Sinker. We're going for food.
I mean, I'm going to the Northern Light, so
Northern Light has breakfast.
You do you, Amber. Need to go and speak to Corey and get this filled up.
How about you sober up a little bit first with a good cup of coffee and head on over with us?
I'm
I need to pick your brain for a little bit first.
fine, and he just dismisses you with this huge, big clawed hand, just kind of gestures away.
Can I nick his coin purse?
You can make a sleight of hand check.
21. 16 plus 5.
And as he kind of staggers off to the side, you kind of duck round and you pull it from his belt.
Can I buy the bottle off you?
Oh, it's my bottle.
Yeah, but if I buy it off you, you can buy more.
Make a persuasion check.
I am not persuasive. Ah, frick. That 20, -1, 19.
4, -2.
All right.
He kind of gets in close, and you can just smell like stale
Celine.
booze.
All right.
And his head gets in close. It's like, how much do you want for it?
I'll give you this pouch.
How much is in it?
How hefty is it?
Feels pretty empty.
Feel pretty empty. How much do you normally carry on yourself?
Bit of a personal question, isn't it?
Well, I'm just trying to weigh up how much I want to give you. I might want to double what you carry on you. I might want to give you the same.
Do all right. Keep a bit of coin on me.
2 gold, 3 gold, a silver. Have I got any money?
Pass.
Look in your own equipment.
Oh shit, I've got loads. Yeah, go on.
Tell you what, it seems you're so interested in this bottle here. A gold piece, and it's all yours.
Is there more than one coin in this coin purse? Like
There's a few coins in there. You give it a jangle, it's 1 or 2.
just a gold piece. 2 seconds. I'll just see how many I've got in here, and I'll open the coin purse. What's in it?
1 silver and 4 copper.
I'll slip a gold in there.
Okay.
Sleight of hand, or are you alright with the slip?
It'd be okay.
Cool. I'll give you 1 gold, a silver, 4 copper.
All right. I think you got yourselves a deal.
Done. I'll give him the coin pouch back.
He hands over the bottle,
Nice one. I'll give the bottle to Celine immediately.
and he gets the coin pouch, and he tries to put it in his coin pouch, and it just falls to the floor. He just kind of looks around and spins around and takes an agonisingly long time in finding it and picks it up.
Gotta be
Ties it back onto his belt.
careful, there's thieves around here.
That's what I'm looking for.
Oh dear.
But if I
This is
see
the
any,
first time you guys will see Celine actually holding a bottle slightly away from her.
Look, Corey's gonna have my head if I don't check in with her this morning. I need to find that bloody lamp.
just follow him. Follow Vale.
Staggers off towards the northern light.
Or not.
Coffee. He needs coffee if he's going to be of any use to us. I'll whisper to them.
He then takes 2 steps and turns around and then heads the right way.
By the sounds of it, we all need coffee to be able to deal with what's coming our way. So, yeah.
I'm gonna follow him.
I'm off for food.
He takes what should be a 5-minute journey, probably 15 minutes, and he makes his way to the northern light. All of you following, or some of you heading back to the Hookland
I'm
Sinker
off.
for food?
Food for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm off.
Who's going where?
I've already headed off to the hook, line, and sinker.
Okay. Elkis, gentle steps.
I'm going to the Northern Light.
I'm headed off to the Northern Light with that.
Okay,
Little dragon.
gentle steps and Elkis heading for food.
Where you going, Adri?
What are you doing, Adri?
Food.
Yeah.
Okay. As Audrey, gentle steps, and Elkis head round the corner back to the familiar site of the Hookland Sinker. You see a familiar sort of figure of Glenn out in the courtyard, kind of opening the shutters and scooping snow out of the pathway. And the rest of you follow after the meandering, staggered steps of Trovus the Dragonborn. And we will pick up next Friday.
Yay! That was cool. Good sesh, good sesh.
Aye.
Right, Rob, I am going to do a quick ending because there is currently a extra live 24-hour charity stream going on over on Island of Rob. So I hope you all jump across and see what they're playing and check them out, say hello, give them the gravy time greeting, and show them lots of love. Thank you very much to Rob and the players for Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frost Maiden Session 5. It's cool, I'm loving it.
With us on YouTube.
Yep, you can see it on YouTube, you can see it on the VOD straight away after here. And yeah, so look out for that. Social media, etc, etc. Thanks for the bits, thanks for the follows. We're 1 follower off 500. If you know anyone, throw them our way. Right, thank you very much, Rob. That was great, mate. Thank you very much,
guys.
players. For now, players, say goodbye, players.
Bye.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.